René Descartes was a French philosopher, mathematician, and scientist. He is known for his contributions to the fields of philosophy, mathematics, and science, and is considered one of the founders of modern philosophy. Descartes believed that knowledge could be obtained through reason and deduction, and he published several works on mathematics, physics, and metaphysics. Cogito, ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. This quote reflects Descartes' most famous philosophical conclusion, which is that the only thing he could be certain of was his own existence, since he was thinking about his existence. Divide each difficulty into as many parts as is feasible and necessary to resolve it. This quote reflects Descartes' method of breaking down complex problems into simpler parts, in order to make them more manageable and easier to solve. The reading of all good books is like conversation with the finest people of the past centuries. Descartes believed that reading great books was a way to engage in conversation with some of the most intelligent and insightful thinkers from the past. I am accustomed to sleep and in my dreams to imagine the same things that lunatics imagine when awake. This quote reflects Descartes' recognition that dreams and reality can be difficult to distinguish from one another. It is not enough to have a good mind, the main thing is to use it well. Descartes believed that intelligence alone was not enough, and that it was important to apply one's mind effectively in order to achieve success. Each problem that I solved became a rule which served afterwards to solve other problems. Descartes believed in building knowledge incrementally, using the solutions to one problem as a foundation for solving other problems. The only thing that we can know with absolute certainty is that we exist. This quote reflects Descartes' belief that the only thing that can be known with certainty is the fact of one's own existence. I am not my thoughts, emotions, and sensations. I am the awareness behind them. This quote reflects Descartes' belief that consciousness is distinct from the physical body, and that there is an essential self that exists beyond one's thoughts, emotions, and sensations. Perfect numbers like perfect men are very rare. This quote reflects Descartes' recognition that perfection is a rare and elusive quality, and that it is difficult to achieve. Common sense is the most widely shared commodity in the world, for every man is convinced that he is well supplied with it. This quote reflects Descartes' belief that people generally consider themselves to be possessed of good judgment, even if that judgment is not always accurate or well informed. If you would be a real seeker after truth, it is necessary that at least once in your life you doubt, as far as possible, all things. Descartes believed that true knowledge could only be obtained by questioning everything, including one's own assumptions and beliefs. It is not within the power of human ingenuity to invent a method of inquiry that shall extend to all possible knowledge. This quote reflects Descartes' recognition that there are limits to human knowledge, and that it is not possible to create a single method of inquiry that can be applied to all areas of knowledge. I have always thought that the two questions respecting God and the soul were the chief of those that ought to be determined by help of philosophy rather than of theology. Descartes believed that questions about God and the soul were best answered through the use of reason and philosophical inquiry, rather than relying solely on theological doctrines. The mind has a greater power over the emotions than the emotions have over the mind. This quote reflects Descartes' belief that the mind has the ability to control one's emotions, rather than being controlled by them. It is only prudent never to place complete confidence in that by which we have even once been deceived. Descartes believed that it was wise to be cautious and skeptical of anything that had previously deceived us, in order to avoid being misled in the future. Conquer yourself rather than the world. This quote means that it is more important to focus on improving oneself and one's own weaknesses rather than trying to overcome external obstacles or other people. Descartes believed that true success and fulfillment come from mastering oneself, rather than simply achieving external goals or victories over others. This quote emphasizes the importance of self-reflection, self-discipline, and self-improvement as key components of personal growth and development. To know what people really think, pay regard to what they do rather than what they say. This quote reflects Descartes' belief that people's actions are a better indicator of their true beliefs and intentions than their words. The best way to prepare for life is to begin to live. Descartes believed that the best way to learn and prepare for the challenges of life was through active engagement and experience, rather than merely studying or theorizing.